Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my City Skylines series Fangchenggang region. Today we are in episode 4 and we will be finally getting in some more people. How I want to achieve this is pretty easy. We're finally starting off with our downtown and we're getting kind of in the unique touch to this whole thing that I wanted it to give and that I think it's looking quite cool. So as you can see in the background, I'm using CSUR for the main roads already. I've trained myself a bit with it and I'm going to use it also for highways too, but for now I'm just very happy that I'm using it for the main roads and that it's working out. And our downtown is kind of surrounded by this massive street. I think it's 6 lanes or 8 lanes actually, so it is extremely big. Kind of, for me it is extremely big because I live in Austria and we don't have that many massive roads. We have about, I think 3 or 4 in Vienna where we have something kind of like this size, but they're still extremely big for me. And yes, but I'm also have to say that I'm very happy with how it turned out and I like the look of it. So yes, I like them. And yes, so we're here just building the first road, and this one is the road that will be surrounding the downtown. And why I'm doing this is that I think it is kind of this thing that I want to get myself to know where I want to place the stuff and how I want to kind of have it all. And it is just a basic thing that I'm doing to get the layout right. So there is this street almost finished, and now I'm starting off with thinking how the downtown will be built up and how the streets will go. And this will be that I will have four lane, I think they're 4-lane roads that are going through the middle and then the smaller ones that are surrounding it. And my ideas to do this were that I think this would give them kind of an, how should I call it? This is giving it kind of the structure that I want to have, from side roads, big main roads, and just that they're the very small ones. So they are basically backyard roads, I would call them, because there isn't that much traffic on them and it's just for the people that are living there if they want to get something in their back of the building or something like this, for deliveries for example. So yes, I'm leaving quite a lot of big gaps, and the reason for these gaps are that I want to build in there something like some medical buildings or basically emergency buildings and a lot of public areas. What I mean with public areas, I want to have some parks, and they are actually will be quite a lot of parks because I kind of want to have this feeling that there are a lot of parks there for the people to relax, because it is just something that people love about cities when they have some small parks around them. So I've decided you don't cut out the parts where I'm just staying still with the camera. This is when I'm looking up on Google Maps and Google Street View on stuff like Tokyo or Kyoto and just thinking like how I want to build this. I've also did this with some Chinese cities, but they were mostly picked random by myself when I had a list. I have a list in front of me also right now where I have all the cities that are in China that are over 1 million people, and that I'm just looking at and thinking, well, I like this, no I don't like this that much, and just kind of decide like this how I want to build something. So we've started placing buildings, and therefore I'm using these apartment blocks and these main street buildings, I would call them. They're this that you're seeing right there with a lot of advertisement on them, and they're just like kind of having this look that they are very, how should I call this? They're kind of very, wait, I'm sorry that I'm stuck right now, but I think you can call them, they're very bright looking. They're having these very cool colors, and they will have a lot of advertisement and billboards on them that are just shining into the night and just getting this extremely cool look, how I think I would call it, because this, like, everything is shining and everywhere are these like neon lights and stuff like this. So it is definitely going kind of in a future thing and future thinking of myself. And yes, this was also something that I've wanted to do there, and this is just kind of the thing that I think is the most important about N-City for me is that I give it a unique touch. And the unique touch for this one will be definitely it is kind of very much Asian inspired, and that it should be kind of very futuristic in some points. And what I mean with in some points is that we will also have this completely split with some very old buildings and very old advanced buildings just like they are here. And this is just something that I think that I wanted to achieve and that I thought it would look kind of nice and very cool. And yes, it is also for me kind of relief that I've started off by building the downtown, and the reason for this is that I can finally see some traffic moving through our highways and see where I've got some problems and where we'll have to tweak it later on. And one area where we'll have to tweak it is the only exit that they used until this point, and this is this one here. It is way too small to get all the traffic handed in, and this will be kind of changed with some additional expressways that it won't have too much traffic on it. And yes, I'm very happy with CLCUR because it's looking very clean to me, and what I mean with clean is that it's having this very defined areas and very defined grass areas and lanes, so yes, I like it quite a lot, and it is just an awesome modification. And it just gives me the possibility to make quite some cool stuff also later on when I'm knowing it better. I've said in every single episode until now that I want to use the Shinkansen, and I still kind of want to use it, but I got some struggles with it that the station is so big. So this is kind of the thing where I'm thinking right now that it won't go to the downtown. It will go around the downtown, but it won't go in the downtown because it is taking away so much space, and this wouldn't be looking too good in my opinion, because I kind of want to have this cramped look. And there I was just looking at this whole thing and was thinking, okay, we have now detailed not even a single block completely, and we also don't have detailed nearly anything after this episode. Today is just like the propping down of buildings, but it is just for me the thinking that I definitely need to do more for the downtown, and we will also kind of get in some more structure in the next episode and get a very big structure in and filling in a lot of space. And yes, this is definitely what I have to do more often, is to fill in gaps, because I don't want to have something like a city with a lot of gaps between the buildings. This wouldn't be very good for me, and I wouldn't like the city at all. So I've said yes, I will fill it in quite a lot. And there you can see these extremely massive buildings, and I'm thinking, no, they won't be there in the downtown. They will be in a more modern area that will also be kind of the international area with some kind of iconic stores from other cities. For other countries too, so yes. And yes, after this episode I have to say that I'm very happy with how it turned out. And that I'm very happy with how I built it and how I kind of feel about this whole thing, because it is quite a lot of struggle. It's quite a big struggle for me just to build an Asian city, but I just wanted to give myself the challenge, and I think it's turning out pretty well. And yes, so what the city would definitely have is an international airport. This will be massive, and I will definitely get some help by one of my viewers. I'm sorry, I will just have to take a look at your name. I think you were called Botrax, something like this. Barrock7. I think you were that said it, and well, yes, thank you. I will definitely come back to you when I will be building it. So this is something I just have to say thank you, because I'm not that good with it, and yes, it would be very awesome from you to help me with AirPods. And yes, there I'm just doing a small parking lot, and for this one I'm using the structural network for the asphalt, and I like it quite a lot because it is looking very cool in my opinion. And yes, I'm just getting in some parking lots, and I'm using the non-functioning there out of a mistake, but I will later on switch them in the next episode, and then they will also be working because I was just forgetting it completely. And yes, yeah, these are the non-functional ones. At least for me they aren't functioning, and then I will be switching in the next episode. I think they're from BDDR and they are working then. So yes, this whole apartment block will have a small fence before it, and there will be some trees that are growing on some planters. And I just want to have this to kind of give this feeling of, oh yes, there is kind of an, how should I call it? I forgot the word that I wanted to use. It is kind of a noise barrier. This is what I wanted to say. We have this small noise barrier there, and this is just something that I think is pretty cool. And yes, I'm just like there, place the fence, and then I will be placing the tree soon, but I'm liking how it is turning out. And for the detailing, I will go quite easy, I would say. I will definitely go extremely crazy with the nature because I love it, but I will be placing just some props there and not too many. And the reason for this is that I want to keep the frame rate at a good level so that we can kind of watch the city, also be on not pause, so that we can just see people moving around. And there I'm using these awesome trees from the generic tree pack there. No, I think they aren't from. I'm not actually sure if they're from the generic tree pack or not, but I'm loving them. They're so cool to use because they give this, they have this kind of very high, how is it called? Trunk. And then there on top there it is going out a bit to the sides, but not too much. So this is perfect for just some side streets like this and some parking lots that are next to a street. And we're coming very close to the end of this first voiceover, and I just wanted to say thank you for watching. I'm appreciating every person that is watching my video and that is giving the video a like, and I'm also appreciating quite a lot when you subscribe to me. It just helps me to grow bigger and just to get a community in, and it helps you so that you can stay up to date when I'm uploading new videos. So yes, thank you when you're doing this, and I will leave you for now. Maybe I will come back later this episode. I have to say that I don't actually know right now if I know what I want to say, but yes, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you're all having a great day, and hopefully see another video. Bye!